Please stand by. Please stand by. Please, y'all remember when Eminem did that rap that said that? Please stand by. Please stand by. Oops, I'm shady. I'm the real shady. Okay, I need to stop. One moment. YouTube is getting ready. And we are live. Okay, once again, welcome everyone. Full holiday mode. Somebody just put over in chat they are in full holiday mode. Hi, my name is Valorie Lewis. This is a Tarot Unicorns and Coffee event. We do this every Monday. I've been doing this almost 3 years now. I think December, January will be 3 years. Always been free, never charged a fee to attend. I hope if this is your first time that you enjoy it and that you continue to come back. The way this event runs, and it is always broadcast over to YouTube, so I do consider these timeless in the sense that if you are finding this on YouTube, you are finding it at the right time and the message is right for you, no matter when you are viewing this. So the way these run is I am a tarot reader. I'm a psychic medium. My heart is with tarot though, because I started with tarot in my spiritual journey. And so these card pulls we start with tarot and then we move into oracle cards. And also within the tarot and oracle cards, we just whatever messages need to come through from source. Even though it is a group read, meaning I sit for a moment and I allow the energies of the group to help me decide what messages come through, which cards to pull, which decks to use, even though it is a group pull, because spirit is spirit. No matter where you are in your path, I'm sure there is a message that is directly for you. So I'm going to ask you to take these first couple of seconds here to just settle in, take a couple of deep breaths, and set your intentions for what you would like to receive from today's reading. Are you looking for answers? Are you looking for general reading, guidance, entertainment? Just here to figure out what this stuff is all about. Whatever it is, send those intentions up, out, wherever, down, I don't know, whoever your entity is that you're connecting with and asking. Yay, Andy, I'm so glad. I'm glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. No worries. I mess up, and this is probably my 300th Zoom meeting, so I still mess it up. You are in the right place. Okay, so now you've sent your intentions out, your questions out. Now I'm going to ask you to gently shut off the asking and put yourself into the receiving mode. We cannot ask and hear the answer at the same time, so we need to move ourselves into receiving, move ourselves into allowing, move ourselves into listening mode. Oh, thank you. Yay, my YouTube efforts are paying off. I'm so glad. Andy says she's watched me on YouTube and now she's in a live meeting. Well, yay, this must be exciting. Okay, so I was gonna tell you, so most of y'all know I just got back from Denver, Colorado last week. The lovely Jacqueline took over reading for the group. Denver, Colorado was an amazing event. We had an event right on 11/11, which is the 11/11 portal opening. So many things going on around that very beautiful date. And I was gonna say I came back without a new deck, like no new decks. Can y'all believe that? I always buy a new deck when I'm traveling, but one of my friends shipped me a deck right before I left, and so it was waiting for me in the mailbox when I got back. So I still have a new deck. I still have my November new deck to share with y'all. And the name of this deck, many of you are familiar with it. I've never pulled from it before, but it is the Wild Unknown Tarot. Wild Unknown Tarot. And so that's what we're going to pull from today. I haven't even pulled from this deck for myself, so we will see how it goes. We will see what energies come through. What messages does this group and does anyone watching need to know today, Spirit? Let's see. I've only got one card. New decks are kind of like that. It takes me a while to pick up on the energy of the deck. We got some cards popping up now. Interesting. Ooh. See if there's any other. I'll tell you another thing. This card seems like it's got a very interesting message. So let me just set that out. This is the back of the cards, which when you spread them out, because this is how I start, I don't pull off the top. I spread my cards out. My eyes are like, what is happening? It looks like an optical illusion. I can't tell where one card starts and the next card ends. And y'all already know, for those of y'all that have been rocking with me for a while, that my eyesight is not its best. So, but I got them pulled, y'all. I got them pulled. I'm just going to read what it says inside the box just because I haven't read it yet. I need to get my glasses for real, for real. Y'all really going to see a sister struggle. I guess I'm going to struggle because I don't see them here. They're not on my desk where they used to be because I packed them for my trip. It says about this deck, welcome to the wild unknown tarot. You'll find no wrongs or rights inside this box, only mirrors for reflection. Open your mind, draw a card, and have fun on your journey. I like that message. I like the vibe of this deck already. All right, so we've got 6 cards this morning. I usually pull 5, but we had an extra one, said it needed to come out and give us a message from Spirit. So let's turn these cards over and we'll get started. We'll get into the drawing. I do have a P.O. box. I absolutely do. That's actually my only mailing address. All right, so we've got 5 cards, and I'm answering. For those of y'all watching on YouTube who think I'm just randomly throwing out weird statements, I'm reading the chat and responding to the chat. Okay, so the first, oh, is this upside down? I don't think it's upside down. Interesting. 2 of Wands. Look at this card. You know what? Let me do this so y'all can see the card better. 2 of Wands. Look at that. I like the rainbow colors. Wands. 2 of Wands. I'm just trying to feel what the message is coming through from this before I go to the book. I am going to be using the book because it's a new deck and I like hearing the interpretations from different authors on these cards. But you know what's standing out to me more than the 2 of Wands is the rainbow colors in the back. I just love that. I love the colors. It's about colors. I would say it's about being creative. Of course, Wands is fire energy, so Wands is intuitively about being more creative. But I really love the rainbow. It's about allowing more rainbows into your life. How do we allow more rainbows? Remember when you were a little kid and you saw rainbows everywhere? You saw it in the oil puddles after a rain. You saw it in the sky. You saw it in prisms. You saw rainbows everywhere. Just look for rainbows. Rainbows don't always have to be in the sky. Rainbows can be on a tarot card. Rainbows, if you're Valorie, can be in your hair. Rainbows can be anywhere. And those rainbows are, to me, signs from the divine, signs of just beauty, love, and light. Like, oh my God, a rainbow. You know how you feel when you see a rainbow, especially like when you see a double rainbow or when you're so close to the horizon that you almost see the full rainbow. Y'all know rainbows are circles. Y'all know that, right? Anyway, 2 of Wands. Let's go to the book and see what the book says about rainbows. It's probably not going to say anything about rainbows. It's going to say about 2 of Wands, but let's see. Haven't used this before. I'm excited. I like the book. For those of y'all interested, this is what the book looks like. It's in black and white, but it's still full page, big. With the 2 of Wands, it's clear you're on your way to success. Hallelujah. That's where the rainbows comes in, y'all. Success. Rainbows. Pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You focused on a goal and have boldly pointed all efforts in that direction. Since the Suit of Wands deals heavily with the mind, take this time to become aware of your thought patterns, specifically towards yourself. What is the quality and tone of your thoughts, mostly positive or negative? How well do you treat yourself on the journey to your highest dreams? I wonder if this is one of the decks, because I generally associate the Suit of Swords with the mind, with thoughts. But I also know that some decks switch the meanings of wands and swords. Let me just look. No, it says wands. Ruled by the element of fire, the wands represent inspiration and creativity. So we're on the same page. They relate to our ambitions, goals, and dreams. They mark the beginning of all ventures within the mind and spirit. Many wands in a reading indicates the situation resides mostly in the mind, not yet in the external world. So when it says mind, I'm feeling mostly in the creative process. not yet in the external world. That's how I would read that. So we start off with the Two of Wands. I already read y'all the description. The only other thing I'm going to say about twos in the tarot is twos can often point to two choices needing to be made, two paths are in front of you. Which path are you going to take? Can also point to partnerships in this sense, but partnerships in that you need to look at the partnership that you're in, evaluate the partnership that you're in. So we start off with that, and then we move. And the reason why I'm emphasizing that, because of this next card is a major arcana, and it is the Tower. Oh no, the Tower. The Tower is a good thing. The Tower represents destruction. As we see, I like how this one is represented by a tree. We see lightning has struck the tree in two different places, caused fire and caused breakage, obviously destruction. But the thing with the Tower, towers represent unexpected things coming into our life. And here's what I have to say. Nothing in our life, as far as manifestation situations, happenstances that happen to us, are ever random, unexpected, only because we aren't paying attention. So oftentimes we will go through a Tower moment, and then we'll look, once we're on the other side of it and things are starting to look better for us, we'll look back and we're say in the moment, we're like, oh my God, where did this come from? Out of the blue. What's happening to my life? But when we get to the other side of it, we look back, hindsight being 2020, and we say, oh, I should have seen that coming. I can see how there were signs. I can see how there were warnings. I can see how there were messages. I should have seen that coming. And really, that's all of life. We never experience anything, anything out of the blue, unexpected, only because we aren't paying attention. So Tower moment is a moment to rejoice and celebrate, because even though it might hit us unexpectedly because we weren't paying attention, because spirit, I mean, hello, you're giving me a billion things every second to pay attention to. Yes, some of them are going to slip through the crack. So it's not an admonition, admonishment. It's not an admonishment that you're doing something wrong, or that, oh my God, you weren't paying attention, you should be more spiritual. No, absolutely not. It's human. You're human. You have things like children and jobs and food and transportation to pay attention to. Sometimes your attention is exactly where it needs to be, and there are things that kind of sneak up on you. This Tower moment is not only a moment of destruction coming into your life, something unexpected, but it's destroying what is no longer serving you so that something better can come in and replace it. And sometimes we get so caught up in life, so worried about this or worried about that, that in the moment that we're not paying attention, or we're not aware of what needs to go, Spirit is like, I'm trying to tell you, okay, you're not listening. Here, bam, I'm just going to get rid of it for you. How about that? Spirit is actually trying to help us when we have these Tower moments. And honestly, it's part of our own doing. Something in us is asking for more on a soul, on an energetic level, even if our brain and our voice, our throat chakra hasn't caught up, even if we're not proclaiming it, even if we're not thinking the thoughts, our energy and our soul is asking for something more. And Spirit is listening to that frequency, that vibration, that asking, and saying, let me help you. I'm going to remove what's not serving you, because your soul, your spirit, your energy has been asking for this to be removed for so long. Unexpected, yes. But look what is causing the Tower. Lightning strikes. Almost every tarot deck, almost, not all of them, I haven't seen all of them, but most of them stick to the idea that lightning is what causes the destruction, or starts the fire, or causes the breakage. Lightning represents moments of enlightenment. So even though Spirit is taking away something that it's not serving you anymore, and it might seem like a Tower moment, unexpected, what's happening to my life, there's still the gift of enlightenment. If you look for it in the midst of whatever you are going through, whatever ruination that you are trying to get yourself through to the other side, if you look enough, you will see the gift from Spirit. You will see the enlightenment. You will see the message as to why this is being taken away from you. But you have to look for it, because if you're looking too much at the tree, at the fire, if you're looking too much at what is being taken away, then you're not opening yourself up to the lightning. You're not opening yourself up to the message from Spirit as to why it's been taken away, and what do I need to do next now that it's no longer here. So, twofold message there. The Tower. Next up, what is this? The Nine of Cups. Oh my God, I love this. Nine of Cups. So we go right from into the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is wishes fulfilled. The Nine of Cups is the card that says, hey, I know you just had a tough time, but I'm here to make it all better. I'm here to grant you some of what you've been asking for. I'm here to put a Band-Aid on whatever you may have experienced during this Tower moment. The Nine of Cups. Let's go to the book and see what this book says about the Nine of Cups. Bliss and harmony are the key words. At last, the card of wishes come true. When the Nine of Cups appears, worries and fears will be cast away. A new phase of peace and harmony awaits. The world seems to be granting you your every wish. Good health, happiness, and even material gains are headed your way. Enjoy. I want to say when I had pulled all these cards and I had all of these cards face down, this card, the energy was off the charts on this card. I was like, oh, what is that card? And what is going to be the message of that card? It felt very important. This card stood out. That's why I kind of pushed it up out of the other cards. And so now I see why. Because this is the importance. This card felt energetically more important than the other card. Not more important. That's not a right word. Felt like it held more gravity than the other cards because Spirit does not want you to focus on whatever this Tower moment is. Spirit wants you to understand I'm moving something away. You're moving something away. It was your asking that caused that Tower moment. You're moving something out of your life so that this, right on the tail end of that Tower moment, you've got wishes fulfilled, dreams being answered, prayers being answered. You have this Nine of Cups card. Let yourself move towards this Nine of Cups and focus on the Nine of Cups. Don't give too much weight to the Tower moment. The Tower moment's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to be fine. Mother of Cups is the next one. Interesting that we're still in the suit of cups. Mother of Cups, I would assume, will be the Queen of Cups. A beautiful swan with what looks like Christmas lights. More brightly colored lights, kind of reflective of the rainbow we saw in the Two of Wands. Mother of Cups. Queen of Cups is that nurturing energy, divine feminine nurturing energy related to cups, which is your intuition, which is also your emotional core, which means you're probably going to need to nurture yourself and take care of your emotions and take care of your heart center, your heart chakra. Be that divine feminine motherly, let me take care of you, let me watch over you. You're going to need to give that to yourself, especially if you have, depending on the weight, the gravity of your Tower moment. A Tower moment could be as simple as, I got a call from that relative about Thanksgiving telling me that I'm the one in charge of the baked beans this year, and I don't know how to cook baked beans. It could just be a nuisance. Or a Tower moment could be something bigger. You lose your job right before the holidays. We don't know what the Tower moment is. It's going to be different for each one of you, but the importance is to realize that whatever is being moved out of your life is so that you can step into this Nine of Cups and really invite in what it is you've been asking for. And then again, this Mother of Cups is taking care of yourself during this process. Let's see what the book says about Mother of Cups. Insightful and psychic. The Mother of Cups rivals the High Priestess with her natural psychic abilities. Yes, the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups are the two most divine, feminine, intuitive ladies in the Tarot deck. The Mother of Cups rivals the High Priestess with her natural psychic abilities. She's a gentle, tranquil woman whose insights bring healing to those around her. She thrives when amidst her family, the arts, the music, or beauty of any kind. Like a true swan, when the Mother of Cups is pushed, she becomes aggressive and defensive. She'll commonly see herself as the victim when distressed in a situation. Don't do it, y'all. Don't let this put you in victim mode. Don't do it. Let this empower you. Let this say, oh man, that was a hard hit. If it was, maybe it was a nuisance, maybe it was a hard hit. Whatever it is, don't let yourself go into victim mode. Allow yourself to see this as a moment of being fully supported by the universe. Oh, I lost my job. Must mean something better is coming. Oh, I lost this thing. Must be something better is coming. So keep that in your mind. Must mean something better is coming. I am not the victim. I am fully supported by the universe at all times. Another two of swords. Look at that. This is what's drawing my attention right here. This fireball. It looks like the beginning of something. What do we need to focus on? The two of swords is absolutely a decision. So twos in numerology, one of their meanings in numerology can represent a choice or a decision. So when we apply numerology to the tarot, because they're intertwined, all of the twos within the tarot can represent some kind of choice, some kind of decision needing to be made. However, the two of swords, that's the definition of the two of swords. Swords is your thinking mind, and the two of swords is generally represented by a blindfolded lady with her black back to the water, and she's holding the two very, very heavy, large swords. And she needs to make a decision rather quickly because she cannot continue. The weight of those swords is going to overpower her. If she doesn't make a decision on which sword she's going to hold on to, both of them will fall and she'll lose both of them. So she needs to make a decision between the two before not making a decision ends up being her decision. So the two of swords specifically represents needing to make a decision and no longer waffling, no longer putting that decision off, no longer saying I need more information, no longer saying I'll do it when, but really taking into account this decision needs to be made now, because if I don't make a decision, whatever is going on, by not making a decision, that's still my decision. And that's probably not going to turn out the way I want. So I need to be proactive and decide which path, which thing I'm going to choose. Two of Swords. Let's go to the book and see what the Two of Swords has for us. Swords. Two of Swords. The Two of Swords depicts two opposing forces that have reached a stalemate. You cannot progress forward with either a relationship or a life decision. There's an answer that's being blocked, maybe by choice. Many times this card will indicate you do not wish to face the truth, meaning you do not wish to make that decision, which is why in general tarot she's blindfolded. You don't want to face the truth. You don't want to face the truth that the light will reveal. Two opposing forces that have reached a stalemate, which means you have to make a decision. You can't move forward with either a relationship or a life decision. You can't move forward until you make that decision. Don't let that decision be made by default. Don't let the decision that needs to be made, maybe you're not aware of it yet. Again, maybe it's a minor decision, maybe it's a major life decision. Don't let it happen by default because you just choose not to make the decision. Could be, I mean, we got the holidays coming up, y'all. It could be the whole gamut of decisions. Is somebody bringing up something from the past and they're asking you to decide, or maybe they're asking you to choose sides at the family dinner? Who knows? When family gets involved, things can get crazy. Well, maybe I shouldn't say. When my family gets involved, things can get crazy. I don't know about y'all's family. Let me not put that blanket statement on everybody. But with that being said, maybe it's asking you to make a decision about boundaries. Maybe you need to make some boundaries going into this holiday season. Maybe you need to make boundaries with yourself. Maybe it's about not taking on more than you can handle. Maybe you have an amazing family and it's not about boundaries with your family. It's about, I need to pace myself. I got to get all the way through December. Maybe I don't want to host the family dinner at my house because maybe that is too much for me, even if everybody's counting on me to do it. So it doesn't have to be boundaries just because you're facing some opposition. It can be your own personal boundaries. Whatever it is, that decision is asking for you to make the decision so that you can point your energies and your efforts towards what you want instead of just sitting back and saying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And then somehow the decision gets made without your input. Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want that. Okay, this other card, interesting. The sixth card is strength. I feel like that kind of comes right in on the tail end of what I was just saying about needing to make a decision. You have the inner strength, the inner wisdom to do that. I love this card, this depiction of strength. A rose in the lion's mouth infinity sign on his head. Strength is another major arcana. That's two major arcanas. When you think about the two major arcanas that we have Tower and Strength. Beautiful pairing. Beautiful pairing. Whatever we are facing this week, this holiday season, the end of this month, we have the strength, we have the fortitude, we have the support, we have the inner knowing and the inner guidance to face it head on and be just fine. We're gonna be fine, y'all. It's all gonna be good. Okay, the strength card, let's see. Where is that in this book? Ooh, the major arcana is at the end of the book. That's interesting. Strength card, master of emotions are the keywords. It's common to think of this card as the roaring, devouring side of the lion. But look again. But look again. The strength this card suggests is a much deeper force that's found within. The lion represents our most patient, composed self. He's a master of focus, compassion, and self-control. When this card comes up, you're in need of harnessing this power for yourself. All the courage you need can be found in the muscle known as the heart. Oh, I love that one. Courage, like the lion from Wizard of Oz. I should know this, y'all. I live in Kansas. The lion from the Wizard of Oz realized he had it within himself all the time. Courage can be found in the heart muscle. That's the second time I've just intuitively mentioned the heart chakra. So I would say maybe we need to do some heart chakra work this week, just because that seems to be the message that keeps coming through for spirit, from spirit for me. Okay, so the Wild Unknown Tarot. Let me know in the chat how y'all like this deck. I think I'm gonna like it. I think I'm gonna like it. Okay, one question going on over in chat. What is, oh, somebody said, what is the alien statue behind you? I can't tell if it's in a yoga pose. A friend of mine went to the Denver Mind Body Spirit, I believe, and she knew I was into aliens. And look, it's purple. It's like iridescent purple. It's my friend. I think it's non-binary. I don't get a vibe that it's a male or a female. Anyway, that's my little alien friend. I channel interstellars for those of you that don't know. All right, let's see. Next up, oracle cards. Oh, you know what? I wanted to mention this. I wanted to mention this at the beginning, but my memory, y'all. December 25th. Do y'all know that Christmas comes on a Monday? Yes, it does. Magical Monday manifestations. I'm still doing it, even though it's Christmas. We're gonna have an extended. So these Magical Monday manifestations generally last about an hour. On the 25th, on Christmas Day, it will be an hour and a half. It'll be 90 minutes. In the last 30 minutes, I'll be doing something special. I'm not gonna let y'all know yet, but it'll be fun. It'll be a little Christmas treat for everyone. I hope you all show up. Show up, bring a friend. It'll be fun. We're gonna do that Christmas Day, same time. It'll just be an hour and a half instead of an hour. So I hope you mark that on your calendar and join me here. Because Christmas is on a Monday. New Year's Day is also on a Monday, because that's how calendars work. And I will still be doing the Magical Money Manifestation on New Year's Day as well. All right. Yes, Body, Mind, Spirit. That's what it is. The Body, Mind, Spirit Festival. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Oracle cards. Y'all, honestly, I don't know where Spirit wants me to go with Oracle cards. Where are we going, Spirit? What do we need? What do we need to know from our oracle cards? Not you. Not you. Okay. I got three decks. Three decks up. Ooh, recommend an oracle deck for someone new to cards, but loves nature and crystals. Nature and crystals. I know there are decks out there specifically for that. I'm trying to see if I have a deck. Nature and crystals. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that one. I do like mystical shaman oracle. Is definitely related to nature because it's shamanic in nature. It has a bunch of shamanic messages. Mystical shaman oracle, but nature and crystals. I know there are crystal decks out there. If anybody has an idea or a recommendation, angels and ancestors to me, which is actually one of the decks I'm going to pull from, is kind of, to me, it's related to, look, I mean, just look at the cover. We got all surrounded by nature. Because the ancestors that it talks about, it gives kind of a description of like druids, what are druids, what are the ancient seers. So it kind of goes back to when psychic abilities and whatnot were more closely related to being in tune with nature. So not specific nature and crystals, but those are the ones I have. I know there's a ton of them out there that are just crystal oracle decks, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. Okay, the oracle, same for the person that's commenting about the decks. Okay, the deck that I'm pulling from now is the Cosmic Oracle by Yannick Silver. And the card that I have, it's Starseed. What do you know? It's Starseed. I just turned it over to the camera as soon as I pulled it up. Starseed is card number 8. Card number 8 in the additional supplemental cards. It's called Q&A cards, which are mostly for like journaling. But let's see, card number 8. Can I please? Can I get an 8? Starseed. The attributes are intellect, soul, blueprint, seed, expansion, and gifts. The right seeds always bloom. Just as an acorn is blueprinted to grow into a mighty oak tree, you too carry the seed of the universe within you, ready to spring forth. The word intellect means the fullest realization of a thing. And that's what you have within you. It's like your highest self guiding you to thrive in the greater mythic story unfolding. Your starseed has been planted, or more accurately, planeted here on Earth for a reason. Invoke your intellect to hear more. Potential questions to ask this archetype, and these are the journaling prompts. What have I been seeded to do? What else can I do to nourish and water my own starseed? What are the seeds I've already planted that are ready to spring forth? What is my role in the mythic story unfolding? What greater gifts can I activate now? I like that one. Where is my true home? And how can I activate my cosmic DNA? Interesting. Some points to ponder, maybe giving you something to journal about, something to get more in touch with self about this week. That again was the Cosmic Journey Oracle. Next up is Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards. Beyond Lemuria. Lemuria. The reason why they named it, according to some, the reason why they named that portion, geographical area, Lemuria, has to do with lemurs and their migratory patterns. Oh my, I just dropped these cards all over the floor. I wonder if that's the one with the message. Has to do with lemurs. So that's how I always remember how to pronounce the word, even though I still sometimes mispronounce it. Lemur, Lemuria. That was more information than y'all needed to know on a Monday morning, but I'm shuffling cards, so. Okay, we have our cards. I have not turned it over yet. See? Ooh, water, the overflow. For any of y'all that work with the elements, before we even get into the description, I'm just going to say water has a message for you, or water is inviting you to talk to it, or you need to be more in your water energy. Water is our intuition and also our emotions. 12, water, the overflow. The keywords are abundance, non-attachment, the paradigm of no scarcity, allowing financial and energetic gifts to flow through and create more. So the author of this book speaks like in first person and will tell you about the card and how the message came through. So that's why it might sound a little bit off, but it says, during one of my most pivotal Lemurian visions, I was guided into a life where I lived in a humble mud hut. As I could create any thought in the multiple dimensions that I had access to, I simultaneously resided in a beautiful crystalline palace. I found myself in a paradigm where I could create anything at will, and thus there was no concept of scarcity nor the need to hold on to anything. This experience initiated a shift that changed my life. We may only be starting to touch on this notion in our mundane reality. When we give more from a place of overflow than obligation, even when we think we have nothing, having it come from this mindset can only create a more abundant flow of what we want. The being in the picture has many hands, and yet still the water is allowed to fall through her fingers. It blesses her in the moment it touches her radiant skin and then continues on its journey. Her heart is also overflowing with love. Her eyes are filled with tears. She allows what comes through to move her without control. She gracefully allows whatever she is feeling to be expressed. As she does so, she radiates so much light into the world. The themes for this card, allowing for flow. How many of y'all are ready to allow the flow? Allowing for flow, receptivity, the path of least resistance, purity, clearing away which no longer serves. Tower, the Tower card, the same message coming up twice from two different decks, clearing away which no longer serves, and also emotion. So there's your message from the Lemurian deck, Beyond Lemuria. That right there. Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray is the next one. Allow and flow. Allow and flow are two of my words for this year. That's from the chat. Allow and flow. I love that. All right. Pulled a card from Angels and Ancestors, and we got the Great Teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences is what it says in the small print. The Great Teacher. Let's see. Are these alphabetical? Do not know. No. Oh, I bet it's under G instead of V. Great Teacher. The message, know that what is happening around you is divinely inspired. Learn from your current experiences, then share them with others. I feel like that's another message that's going to help us get through whatever that tower moment brings to us. Know that what is happening around you is divinely inspired. This card was inspired by Jesus, who was one of the most widely acknowledged and loved spiritual teachers of all time. But there is a great teacher in every tradition, and this card represents the one to whom you feel closest, as well as the great teacher within. The teacher wears simple clothes here to demonstrate that even if you live a simple life, it can be an incredibly spiritual life. He is surrounded by a sense of serenity and harmony because he has absolute trust in the higher power that moves through him. And the dove on the card represents receiving answers to prayers through signs and experiencing peace through joy. The extended message. This card can represent a teacher in your life or the great teacher within. Either way, it shows that you have dedicated a lot of time, effort, and energy to understanding yourself and the world. You are having spiritual experiences at this time and gaining a greater awareness of what you need to do in order to grow. There is a great chance that if you've been having any challenges recently, you've surmounted them and allowed them to be vehicles to lessons that are helping your spiritual connection. If you feel that you've received messages from heaven or the universe recently, this card is confirmation that these have indeed been holy experiences. I love that. Who needed to hear that message? Because I feel like somebody was questioning and somebody needed to hear that. I'm not crazy, right? I'm not crazy, right? When somebody's saying this to themselves, I'm not crazy, right? When that person came to me in my dreams last night and told me this, and this, and I woke up and I thought I must be crazy. And then I came to Magical Monday Manifestations and the card said, the internet psychic that pulled the card said I wasn't crazy. So I must not be crazy. Y'all take it where you get it. Take it where you can get it. Wherever you can get a message that says you're not crazy and you're on the right path, go for it. Animals, signs, rainbows. I feel like that rainbow was important for somebody. Maybe somebody was asking for a sign in the form of a rainbow. Where do we need to go next, Spirit? What messages do we need? I keep feeling drawn to this deck. Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild. I don't usually pull from this deck during a card pull. Well, no wonder. I don't usually pull from this deck during a card pull because the definitions are very, very long and intense. And now it doesn't even have the guidebook in it. I don't even know where the guidebook is. I'm going to have to come back to that one. I feel like I do need to pull from that deck, but that might be something I'll post online later because I don't have the guidebook. Okay, what else do we need to know, Spirit? Now I need another message for the group. So that was your energy directing me to the rebels. Somebody put in chat that they're a rebel. I'm a rebel too. That's why I bought that deck. One of my monikers, one of my online nicknames is Miss Trouble, Troublemaker. So when I saw that deck that said Rebel, I was like, yep, that's for me. Messages from the mermaids. Ask for help. Who is trying to do everything by themselves and not asking for help? You need help with Thanksgiving dinner? What do you need help with? You need help reaching, talking to your spirit guides? Do you need help just in a general sense? That thing that you're trying to do by yourself, maybe you're trying to rearrange your furniture and you know good and damn well you shouldn't be lifting that couch, but you don't want to ask for help. Whatever it is, ask for help is the message from Spirit, from your inner self, from your higher self. It says in the little italicized portion right here, now is the time for you to give or receive help. Asking for help is the first simple step to sort out a situation. And sometimes, even though that seems like a simple step, and it really is, but we put so much weight on being independent, on solving it ourselves, on not looking weak, and not needing anyone's help, that we make asking for help more than complicated. It's a simple step that's going to get you on the way to what you've been asking for. This mermaid is using her This mermaid is using her conch shell to call for help. She says we all need help with others sometimes. Perhaps you're an independent person who prefers to do things for yourself. That would be me. This is fine, but it's also fine and sometimes necessary to ask for help. Don't let foolish pride stop you from reaching out to others for assistance. You don't need to struggle through this situation, and there's no need to go it alone. Go it alone. Ask for help and trust that it will come at the right time and in the perfect way. If we were meant to manage on our own all the time, we wouldn't be on a planet with millions of other humans. Perhaps your pride is stopping you from asking for assistance. It is said, pride comes before a fall. So be mindful of this and don't unwittingly trip yourself up to make matters even more challenging. You might not have a conch shell to hand, but you probably have a mobile phone that works just as well. So take heart, pick up your phone and ask for help now, or reach out by sending a text message to someone who might be able to assist you. People are usually happy to help others in their times of need. Or is it the other way around? Is it you who needs to help someone else? Maybe someone has asked you for assistance. If so, respond with kindness and love and lend a helping hand. As long as you stay in your integrity and no boundaries are crossed. So don't take this message as I have to do this thing that I don't really want to do because I heard an oracle card say I'm supposed to help somebody. I'm going to add on to that. If you help somebody with kindness and love, first of all, if it's coming from kindness and love, you're already on the right track. As long as you are helping them from kindness and love and it does not encroach upon your own boundaries or your own sense of joy and comfort, then help away. We still have more time. We still got time for another card. All right. Message from the unicorns. So we went to the mermaids. Now we're going to go to the unicorns. And if I have time, we'll go to the dragons. Message from the unicorns. What do we need to know from these mythical, magical creatures that have our best interest at heart? Flow. Second time that word has come up. Different deck, different card, same message, which means Spirit is saying, some of y'all are hard-headed, and I'm going to just keep saying this until you listen. Flow. Find an easier path forward. That also ties into the one we just said. Asking for help can be that easier path forward. And we might be complicating it by trying to do it ourselves. Find an easier path forward. Surrender the outcome. Release your expectations. Ooh, release your expectations. Who needs to release their expectations of the way they thought it was going to go? And that could be the way you thought this week was going to go, the way you thought a situation was going to, the way you thought your life was going to go. Do you need to release that expectation so you can step into what is truly meant for you? Flow. This card indicates that a strong attachment to one particular outcome in a situation is locking you into struggle. You cannot fight the tides that are flowing against you. They are stronger than you, and your efforts will leave you exhausted. You simply cannot do any more from a physical or mental level. Let go and let the divine guide you through these currents instead of battling them by yourself. That's the help that you can ask for too. You can ask for help in spirit, even if it's not for somebody around you in physical form. These unicorns urge you to find a way to relax into your flow and be open to receiving a positive new outcome, especially one that you haven't yet considered. Hand the situation over to the infinite intelligence and trust that an easier way forward will be revealed at the right time. I feel like this also ties into the Tower card because those unexpected big hits of, we're just going to take this, we're just going to yank it, remove it from your life. That can be what you need to get back into the flow. Can be. It usually is. We usually resist it too much and we don't allow the flow in, but it usually is exactly what we need. Hand the situation over to infinite intelligence and trust that an easier way forward will be revealed at the right time. Until then, instead of trying to force your way through, relax, float, surf, and play in the waves with these beautiful unicorns who understand how to dance with the ebb and flow of life. The moment you let go, and this is talking about letting go of your expectations, not letting go of your dreams. The moment you let go, you will open space for miracles and an even better outcome than the one you thought had to happen. Magic is possible when you surrender and flow. Beautiful message from the unicorns. We do have time also for a message from our dragon friends. Our dragon friends in spirit. And this is from Dragon Path Oracle. Did I hold it up yet? Dragon Path Oracle. I do that so that when I mention these decks, if you're like, oh, I want that deck, and you go to look online and it says Dragon Path and there's like 3 different decks, I want y'all to have the imagery so you know which one to look for. So Dragon Path Oracle. Just in case y'all wonder, why is she always showing us the deck imagery? That's why. And our card from that is Orbron. That's how I'm going to say it. Orbron. Orbron. And look at that bright star that we like to call the sun. That bright star in the background. Orbron. And it is card number 14. 14, a 1 and a 4 reduces to 5, and 5 represent challenges and opportunities, which is bringing me back to the energy of the tower, a challenge, but also an opportunity. Orbron. If Orbron has turned up today, it is to reassure you that you can achieve what is required. You may have to dig deep within yourself and maybe do this for the long haul, but you can and will succeed. This striking red dragon's connection is firmly grounded and in effect connects to our base chakra. He therefore relates to everything that makes up our physical lives and the world we create for ourselves. Did y'all also notice all of the lightning? Some of y'all are getting ready to get hit with some enlightening messages, some clarity, something that you've been asking for, the path forward. Something is getting ready to enlighten your path. Allow it, allow it, allow it. Let's see, where are we at? Orbron's message is a simple one, and this is quote, as if the dragon is speaking to you, quote, nothing in this world you call home is insurmountable. Nothing is too big to deal with. Get your feet back on the ground and anchor yourself into your physical reality. Having your head in the clouds will not give you the answers you desire or require. Connect to your base chakra and reconnect to your physical body. Get out of your head and into your body. Release your ever tumbling and swirling thoughts. When you are more grounded in this way, you will be better placed to deal with the matters that are demanding your attention. You will then be able to handle them fully and with ease, freeing you to page turn, freeing you to move forward. Your time is best spent tackling whatever is demanding your time. Deal with it totally, and then you will be in a position to move forward. Although Orbron, end quote. Although Orbron is a tough talking dragon, sometimes you need to hear it as it is. He is a great ally when you need to get a job done and deal with the here and now. Orbron finishes his message with, quote, seek the path of least resistance. Second time we've heard that. Third time we've heard flow. Seek the path of least resistance. The more you tussle with the problem, the tighter the noose becomes, eventually strangling the solution, end quote. Okay, so here's what I want to say about this, because we did have some cards that were talking about cups and intuition. We had the Queen of Cups talking about getting into our heart space. And then we have Orbron, our last card, saying, get out of your heart and into your head. Wasn't that what the message was? And deal with the here and now and get grounded in the physical reality. I feel like that message is specific to some of you. Some of you have been too much in I don't know if this feels right, and I don't know what my intuition is saying, and I don't know, and I don't know. And it goes back to those two. We got two twos in our tarot telling us a decision needs to be made. So some of you, the decision is best made by grounding yourself firmly in this physical reality. For the others of you, this message is about allowing yourself to still connect to that which is bigger than you, but finding a way to pull those energies, pull those messages into your physically created reality. It's basically saying overall, this is a message that's coming right from spirit, as spirit is trying to help me explain why did we end on a message that kind of contradicts all the other messages. Spirit is trying to help us understand that we have control and dominion over our physical reality. And when we can step into the role of I create my own reality, when we can step into the role of I can change this reality through all of the many things that I have access to, all of the many tools, I can change the trajectory of my life based on decisions and choices. Spirit is wanting us to realize that it's time to stop wishing and hoping and dreaming, and it's time to get in there and make our physical reality, create our reality the way we want it to be. So yes, ground into the physical in a sense that we're not going to ground into the problems of the physical. We're going to pull all of our power, all of our magic into this physical realm so that we can use our magic to create the physical realm, the physical surrounding, the physical situation, circumstances, pieces, people that we want so that we can create our own reality. So that message was from spirit on what the heck did that message mean? Telling us to get grounded. It's that pull your powers, your magic powers, your intuition, your love, your heart space powers, your inner strength. We pulled the strength card. Pull your powers into this physical realm, not just because you're trying to fix a problem. Forget fixing the problems. Create the reality that you want. You got a problem where your job is not paying you enough money to pay your bills. Okay, you're going to focus on the problem, or you're going to say, I want a job that pays my bills. I'm going to focus over here. That's how you create your reality. So do more of focusing on what you do want and less of focusing on what's wrong and trying to fix what's wrong. Stop trying to fix what's wrong and start trying to create what's right. That's the message I have that we're going to end on. It's 12 o'clock on the dot. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope these messages resonated with you. Go back and watch the recording if there was something you would like to hear again. It's on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, like one of my YouTube followers, come and join us on the live call. We do it every Monday. Thank you all so much. And please keep an eye on the meetup calendar so that you can see what is coming up. And especially come back and join me on Christmas Day for Magical Money Manifestations. Thank you all so much. Have a great week. Create your week. Create your reality. Thank you, Mary.